Leaders in tech are burning out at an absurd rate. Ctrl+Alt+Delete with Lisa Duerre is a no BS conversation with one of the top female executives who spent over 25 years in Silicon Valley. If you're suffering from the always-on, never good enough, will replace you today machine called the tech space, this show's for you. Here's Lisa.
Hey there. I have a question for you. Let me just take a quick survey. Have you noticed trouble sleeping? I have my list here. Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you having poor appetite or overeating? Are you having more frequent headaches or more frequent stomach aches? Are you increasing your alcohol or drug use? Have you been losing your temper more? Or are you overall feeling any chronic conditions worsening? These are the questions that were asked in a recent health survey published by KFF. And these are the symptoms that are showing up every day for the people that you lead and love. And what's astonishing to me is how widespread the impact of the coronavirus is on those teams that you're leading. When I look back at the data, and I have it in front of me, in March, 32% of people said they were having one or more of those symptoms. Now in August, 53% of respondents said that. That's dramatic. That is dramatic. And I bet you're having these too. I know I am, right? So between sleep, appetite or overeating, headache or stomach ache, alcohol or drug use, temper, having difficulty controlling your temper, and also chronic conditions being worsened, that's what's happening right now. And as a leader in your organization, I want to come to you today with a couple of things you can do right now. Actually, 3 things you can do right now to help your team. The first is very simple and it gets missed a lot, and I'm noticing it really has a profound impact on mental health. And it's as simple as being clear when the camera needs to be on and when the camera can be off when it comes to the meetings that you're having. It's almost as if overnight everyone went to Zoom and all of a sudden you had to be on all the time to make up for not being in the room together. The reality is people have been working remotely for a long time and they were never always on a video. They could take a walk and get some fresh air. They might throw a load of laundry in while they're on an all hands call. They had the freedom to be able to get some stuff done in the background that didn't take away from the day job, which helped with peace of mind and stress and overwhelm. So I think it's important. My message to leaders today is it's important to think about when the camera needs to be on and when it can be not mandatory, but perhaps voluntary at a minimum. Your people need the break. This is what's going on. And as you are leading your companies and your organizations, you set the tone. So taking a look at your cadence of meetings, how often you're meeting with people, and making sure that you can even put in the meeting proposal or agenda, cameras on or cameras off, whether it's voluntary or not, that would go a long way when it comes to the mental health of your entire employee base. The second thing to think about that will help with mental health right now is revisiting priorities. So listen, as leaders in companies and organizations, I know you have to close the year out strong. I know there's a lot of budget planning for next year. I know that headcount and resource planning is always critical. Right now, it's essential that you're crystal clear on the non-negotiables and where there's wiggle room. So taking a look at the priorities that you cascade down into your organization and then empowering your VPs, directors, and frontline managers to actually take action on the things that are most important and also to put other things on hold. Not everything is important right now. And as far as the mental health goes of your employee base, those that you lead and love, they're going to do everything they can to get everything done for you and your customers because they want to do a good job. And there's a lot of fear right now about job security. So no one's going to be raising their hand and saying, hey, can we not do this today? You need to step into that leadership role and make it crystal clear what is a non-negotiable and where there's wiggle room. So the first is cameras on or off, being transparent about that. The second is priorities and what's essential and what can let go. And the third thing you can do for your employees' mental health is familiarize yourself with what's being offered by your company so that when the opportunity arises, you can actually be a steward of information and not leave this to your HR partners to do on their own. Your HR team is under a lot of pressure to close the year out with all of the people operations that need to go on, with everything about the hybrid workplace and COVID, with everything that goes on with performance management and systems, much less all of the nuances that are going on in the world of people and policy right now. So be the leader in your organization. Familiarize yourself with the benefits available and be a champion of those at the right time, in the right reason, at the right time, in the right reasons, at the right time, and for the right reasons. Your employees will thank you. Their loved ones will thank you. Your customers will thank you. Because if you do these three things, you will have a more engaged workforce, a more loyal workforce, and honest to goodness, what I know to be true with the clients that I work with day in and day out, you will have a workforce that can breathe just a bit of a sigh of relief so that they can run the marathon, which is working during COVID. Comment below, what other thoughts or suggestions do you have that would help support the mental health of your employees and those that you lead and love? We're in this together. I'm rooting for you. And I know these 3 tips can make a difference for you today. Take good care.
That was great content, but let's be honest. If you don't get the support you need and start making changes in your life and work as a leader in tech, you can expect regret and burnout in the near future. Lisa can help you get kick-ass results at work without burning out, so you can be present for the moments that matter to you and your loved ones. Take your first step at rebootwithlisa.com.